Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's Beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from the Shed Brewery and Restaurants, what it's got listed here. They're out of Middlebury, Vermont. This was sent down to me by Joe. So Joe, thanks so much brother for sending that beer mail package with those beers in there. This is considered a brown ale, guys. And it does have a date on the bottle. And it's sweating profusely. Let me see if I can do it without wiping the date off. It's really hard to see once it's got all this condensation on it. I can't see it with all the condensation on it, but when I did the beer mail video, I did notice it was written in yellow on it. But now that it's out of the fridge here for a couple of minutes while I recorded the intro, the beer and everything, it's sweating. So we'll take a closer look at it, but it does have a date on it, guys. So thumbs up to the Shed Brewery for dating their stuff. If you were picking this up off the shelf, it wouldn't be, unless you're getting it out of a cooler, and then maybe you can look real quick before the condensation starts on it. But if I remember correctly, it was done in June. But I'll look again when I come back for the final choke. There is no commercial description on this one, guys, on either site. It does have 68 IBUs listed here on Beer Advocate, though. So, and I will give you a heads up while I was doing a little research and stuff on it. I don't know whether they are a real small brewery or they're a new brewery. There's not a lot of ratings or reviews on this. Not enough for even one of the sites to even give scores. Not that I look at them before and it doesn't make any difference. I mean, there's been times but I disagree with both of those sites, one side or the other. I'll give it a higher grade or a lower grade. I don't base what I tell you guys. I'm telling you what I think it is, not whether Beer Advocate likes it, the guys there like it, or Rate Beer likes it. It matters not to me. I mean, they might both say it's a 100 beer, and I'll tell you I don't like it, or vice versa. They might have 70 degrees, and I'll say it's an A beer. So it's irrelevant to me what these guys say. Yeah, I mean, like I tell you guys all the time, a lot of these reviewers that do write these reviews for both of these sites, unless it blows their damn hair off or the socks off, they don't like it. And I'm not that way. I mean, I judge a beer for what it is. But I do like to see the dating on the beers, and these guys are doing it. So let's get on with this one. Food pairings says here: cuisines, barbecue cheeses, earthy camber burnt fontina, your nutty cheeses, Asiago Kobe, Parmesan, and since it's a brown ale, it does tend to go well with some chocolate dishes. And the meat is said here is beef, and that's just suggestions from Beer Advocate here, guys. I tell you this all the time too: drink and eat what you like together. I mean, if you want to drink a brown ale with your cereal, have at it. If you want a brown ale with whatever, it makes no difference to me. If it makes you happy, do it. Alright, the glassware, pint, backer, nonic, tumbler, mug, stein, sadea. You see what I've got here, guys. My favorite glass. It says here, not recommended for extended cellaring. According to what I have here, it's got 6.8% on Beer Advocate and 6.8 on Rate Beer. And let's see if it's written on here anywhere. Yep, right on the neck of the bottle here on the paper, 6.8%. So we're in agreement all around. It's a 6.8%, almost 7%. So A lot of the brown ales are around the 5%, between 5 and 6%. So this is a tad bigger than that. So I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. So I'm ready for the first beer of the day. Let's pop the top on this one. Nice cap on this one. It's got the tree like it had on the front of the bottle. Actually, two of them. Got a little shade in between them. It says the shed. This will go on to the fridge downstairs. Into the glass we go. Alright, I like that label. Got the two trees and the shed in between them. The New England states are really producing some really good beers. Over the last year or so, I have noticed they have definitely kicked it up a notch, and a lot of them are doing West Coast styles that are pretty damn tasty. So New England's got it going on. They're producing some good beers, as well as all over the country. The new breweries popping up every day. These brewers have got the recipes down pat. It's not like it was to me when I first got into doing the beer reviews 5 years ago. There were a lot of hit and misses. A lot of them now are B's and A's. I mean, I'm not getting a lot of C's or average beers. There are some transitional beers, and I try not to judge them too harshly. They are made for that purpose, to get the macro lager drinkers over into something with a little more taste. So, if all of them were over the top, West Coast style, and somebody had been drinking Miller, Butter Coors, and they'd take a sip of one of those, it's going to run them the other direction. It's going to blow the palate out of their mouth. You need these transitional beers for these guys, such as myself when I first got into it. If I was to drink a Stone and Joy by 6 years ago, I probably would have hated it. I mean, when I first got into craft beers, Sam Adams Boston Lager, I thought that was the hoppiest thing I'd ever tasted. I mean, compared to the macro beers, they had a whole lot of hops presence to me, and now I can't even taste the hops in that beer. My palate is advanced beyond that now. So let's see what we got here. We got about 1.5 fingers of head on that pour, and it is a rich brown, reddish brown color. I cannot see the light through the big part of the bulb here, guys, but down through the bottom part, the thinner part, it is a reddish brown color, and I can't see the bulb through it, but I can see light through there. So fairly dark brown ale, if you will. So let's get a nose on this one. Wow, this is very hoppy for a brown ale. A lot of pine and citrus and some grapefruit in there. Probably the hoppiest brown ale that I've ever put my nose to. And that don't hurt my feelings one bit, because I'm a hophead and I like to hop everything. I hop the lagers, and I mean, I like the taste of that hops. I really do. I mean, that's why they're growing in the backyard, guys. Citrusy brown malt, or rich roasted malt. A little bit of toffee and caramel going on. The citrusiness and the pininess is definitely there. Like I said, pretty intense hop aroma for a brown ale. Might be a lot like the Dogfish Brown, the Indian Brown. But it's definitely got a hop profile. And with 68 IBUs, that is right in the range of an IPA. Most of your brown ales aren't anywhere close to that. A lot of them are 30s and 40s. So if you're not into the hops, this may not be the brown ale for you. You might want to try something with a lot less IBUs to start off with. But if you're a hophead, you're probably going to like this. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Joe. Thank you, brother. That is a hop blast, guys. I have never had a brown ale this hoppy. I think this is hoppier than the Dogfish Indian Brown Ale. Wow. This one is really hoppy. If I was blindfolded, I would think this is a black IPA. Or a brown IPA, if you will, since it's not quite black. Well, I like that. Like I said, if you're expecting a rich, caramelly, sweet brown ale that doesn't have a big hop presence, this is not going to be your beer. But if you're a hophead and you like that hoppiness in your beers, pretty damn tasty. Alright guys, I'm going to take it back and let her sip on it for a time or 2 or 3, whatever she wants, and I'm going to sip on it for a little while, probably about 25-30 minutes, let it come up to room temperature, like I always do. And we'll come back and see what this one brings to the table as far as a grade. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. Pretty damn tasty. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on it about 30 minutes or so. Very hoppy brown ale. Very, very tasty to me, guys. There are no ratings on Beer Advocate or Rate Beer for this beer, so I'm going to step up to the plate. Let's do the final chug before I step up to the plate. Let me practice my swing. Pine, grapefruit, very citrusy, caramel, toffee, strong bitterness on the back end, 68 IBUs on a brown ale, very hoppy. They could very easily put a hoppy brown ale right on this label right here, and it would not be a lie. And I looked at today, guys, it's 6/15/15. This was put in the bottle on June the 15th of 2015. I'm reviewing this on July the 30th. So about 6 weeks old, guys. Very, very tasty. My hat's off to Joe for sending me this. This was very, very tasty. This was pretty intense hoppy brown ale, guys. Like I said, if I'd had a blindfold on this, I would have sworn this was a black IPA. It's that hoppy, and it's got that much bitterness with 68 IBUs to this beer. Now, like I said earlier, if you're looking for something in a brown ale that's a little more sweeter and all that, and less bitterness, this is not the beer for you. But if you're a hophead, you like a nice IPA or a double IPA, you will probably like this. But just be aware that this is a very hop-forward brown ale, and it has the bitterness to go with that too, with 68 IBUs. So, to me, guys, it's very tasty. The lacing left on this glass is pretty intense, pretty awesome. I was blown away by this beer, guys. Other than being a super hoppy brown ale, it almost overpowers the brown ale characteristics of the toffee and the caramel and the typical brown ale qualities. But it was pretty damn tasty. I was pleasantly surprised with this. Now, if you're not a hophead, you're not going to like this more than likely. But I am, so I did. 9 out of 10 for me on this one, guys. I thought it was pretty damn awesome. Pretty awesome. I love it. If I could get this beer here, I would buy it. I would buy it again and again. You would see it in the fridge all the time. So hats off to Joe, first of all, for picking it up and shipping it to me. It was delicious. He sent me 2 shed beers, so that makes me want to grab the other shed beer that I've got in there and do it next, and I might do that. And second of all, my hats off to the Shed Brewery for making a great hoppy brown ale. I enjoyed this thoroughly. For the first beer of the day, it was like drinking an IPA with a little bit more caramelly, biscuity malt and toffee thrown in there. So, very nice, guys. 9 out of 10 for me. If I was putting a rating on this, it would probably be a 98 or a 99. It is kicking the freaking door down on a 10. And if somebody says, "Oh, that's a 10 beer," I would not argue with that one bit. Now, if you're telling me it's a C beer, I think you're an idiot. I think well, I'd take that back. If you're expecting, like I said, if you're expecting a caramely, toasty, sweet brown ale, this is not it, guys. This is not it. This is a very, very hop-forward brown ale. So, 9 out of 10 for me on this one. And like I told you, Rate Beer and Beer Advocate doesn't have any ratings. They don't have enough reviews. I don't know how many it takes for them to actually post a rating. But there are 3 to 4 or 5 on each site, and they're not posting anything yet. So they may have to have 7 to 10 ratings before they'll post a rating on their site. But I enjoyed this one. It was freaking awesome. Joe, thanks again, brother. I do appreciate it. And come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what's in the fridge. See you then. We're probably going to do that other shed beer. Come on back. Let's see how good it is. See you then.